Hi there, Social Cam, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. This is Garnett, and this is another segment of Words of Musical Wisdom. I still don't have a title. Maybe y'all can help me out. Usually I do one on Friday. This is the third one, but I was away at NAM, so I didn't get a chance to do it. By the way, if you ever get a chance to go to NAM, go because it is amazing. Music all over the place. It's like musical overload. I was out there for a few days, playing for Reggie Young. It was a really cool time. Met a lot of people. See a lot of crazy instruments and all that kind of stuff. Enough about that though. I'll put some videos up from that. Alright. In the meantime, I do have some questions here. Somebody wrote me and asked me, what is the definition of an MD? What should one know about being an MD, and what are the misconceptions of being an MD? All right, for some of you who don't know, an MD is a musical director or music director. Let's just go right into that first question. What is the definition of an MD? Well, I believe, in my honest opinion, disclaimer, that a musical director is a person that brings an artist's music to life in a live setting. So I'll say it again. That an MD is a person that brings an artist's music to life in a live setting. All right. So with that being said, we'll go to the next question. What should one know about being an MD? All right. The one thing a person should know about being an MD is that a small percentage of it is playing. I think most of it, there's a lot of like back work. So there's a lot of practicing, and there's a lot of administration, because I believe that an MD has to communicate with the artist, and then communicate, and then the MD has to communicate the artist's vision to the band members and singers and all that kind of stuff, so that everyone is on the same page. So there's a lot of communication. Communication is very, very important. Because if you drop the ball on communication, it can throw a monkey wrench into the works and create problems, unnecessary problems, that is. Now, I'm not saying that things will always go smoothly, because things do pop up, but communication is paramount, is very important. Let's see. Another thing about being an MD is I think there are like two categories. Either you can be a musical delight or a musical derelict or a musical dummy or musical dope. Now, you want to be a musical delight. You want to make sure that, again, communication is important, that you treat your band members, treat everyone with respect, especially the artist, because you're putting out their vision and you're trying to bring it to life in a live setting. Now, you don't want to be like a musical derelict where you just want the title and you don't want the responsibility. That's like, you going to a medical doctor, another type of MD, and saying that, oh, well, I'm sick and I need you to help me. And the MD is just like, yeah, I'm a medical doctor, but, I just have the title. I don't have the responsibility. I wouldn't go to that doctor, would you? All right. So you want to make sure that, you take your musical director responsibilities seriously, you know. Let's see. So again, a lot of administration, a lot of talking, making sure the band members know all their stuff, making sure that you yourself are prepared and that you know your songs, because you don't want to waste time in rehearsal trying to learn songs. You come in prepared and make sure you know what you're doing. So that when you do that, the band members can follow. Because it's a professional thing too. Nobody wants their time wasted. As Sweet Brown so eloquently put it, ain't nobody got time for that. So I'll just get that in there. So another thing about being an MD It's just being prepared. That's important. Let's see here. Let's go to this last question. What is the misconception? What are the misconceptions of being an MD? So misconceptions are, the MD has to be like the greatest player in the world. That's, it helps, but that's not necessarily the case. Like, there's some MDs who aren't that good. Not talking them down or anything, but it's a fact. But some MDs aren't that good. But an MD, they have to be able to put things together. Which reminds me, which goes back to the second question, that the MD has to kind of put the band together. So the MD has to be like the GM of like a franchise or something, like your basketball team or whatever. You have your superstars that can play, but then you have your role players to support. So you want to make sure that, everyone can kind of work together like a well-oiled machine. Even if you have like a lot of superstars, you want to make sure that the superstars are like mature enough to sacrifice a certain part of what they do and not lose their identity at the same time. I don't know if that made any sense, but another misconception of being an MD is, usually that they're keyboard players. And yeah, it's possible. It's possible that most of them are keyboard players, but you also have MDs, great MDs, who are drummers, who are bass players, saxophone players. But they have that responsibility, to make sure that the musical vision comes to life in a live setting. Another misconception of being an MD is, like being in the forefront. Not necessarily. Like me, for example, I don't like being in the forefront. I like just chilling in the cut. Somebody says my name or whatever, quick hi, and then just kind of just go back into the shadows. Just kind of just duck away. But let's see. So yeah, those are some misconceptions. I may have missed some because I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. But being an MD is a really big responsibility, and you want to make sure that you do everything in excellence, because not only are you representing the artist, but you're also representing yourself. If the music sounds great, they're gonna look at you. If the music doesn't sound good, they're gonna look at you. And you want to sound good not for the sake of pleasing people, but you want to make sure that you sound good so that for yourself, knowing that you put out your best. That's the most important thing. You want to make sure you bring out that vision, and make it live. Before I forget, I think the MD also can come up with crazy arrangements and stuff, so that helps. There might be some things again that I missed, but feel free to leave any thoughts or opinions on my Facebook page, or actually in my inbox, on Facebook. Garnet Walters, look for the keys with the paint on it. Let's see, on YouTube, Geephlat, Geephlat, or you can check out my Twitter, at Geephlat. And feel free to leave any thoughts, questions, opinions. Again, I may have missed some things. It's coming off the top of my head. And trust me, I'm willing to learn as well too. This is just my perspective and just what I've learned and what I've seen. Again, I hope I answered your question, and tune in this Friday or Saturday, depending how this thing uploads, and I'll have another word of musical wisdom. And please help me out with a title. I need a title. Something not corny, but something catchy. All right, I'm about to go and get me some sleep. Long overdue for some sleep. All right, later.